Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Mathematics. In this question we have been given 4 circles. The radius of 3 circles is given to us 1, 2 and 3. And these 3 circles are touching each other externally. Blue circle is touching red, red is touching green circle, green is touching blue circle. And there is a 4th circle which is touching all these 3 circles externally. We have to find the radius of that circle. This is our question. I have named this problem as the Mickey Mouse problem because of resemblance with the iconic cartoon figure. If you can think of any other name for this problem, feel free to share in the comments below. Now let's start solving this iconic problem. To solve this problem, I will use the properties of circles touching each other internally as well as externally. So let me first tell you what are the properties. So two circles, if they touch each other externally, that is shown in this figure, center C1 and center C2. They are touching at point P. So at this point P, if I will draw a line that will be tangent to both the circle. So if I will join C1P, so that will be equal to radius 1 of the circle and this will be perpendicular. That is the property of tangent. And same is the case joining C2P. That will be perpendicular, distance will be equal to R2. So from this figure we can see that if two circles are touching each other externally, distance between center of their circles is equal to sum of their radii. So C1, C2 is equal to R1 plus R2. This is one of the property that we will use to solve the question. Another property is that of two circles touching each other internally. That is in this case. So there are two circles with center C1, center C2. They are touching each other at point P. So let me draw a tangent at that point. Now we will draw a line from the center of circle to this point P. So C1P will be perpendicular and distance will be equal to radius, that is the property of tangent. So this is R1 and C2P will be what? That is the radius of second circle, that will be equal to R2. So we can see that the distance between center of these circles will be equal to difference of their radii, bigger radii minus smaller radii. So this is the second property that we will use to solve this question. Now let us come back to the original problem. So there are three circles touching each other externally. So first we will use the property of externally touching each other. So now let me mark the center of this circle. Center of red circle is A, blue circle is B, green circle is C. So now what I will do is I will draw a line joining the center of these circles. So I will join this line center A to center B, because I know that this distance is equal to nothing but sum of their radii. This is the condition will apply. So now next I will join this line B to C, that is center of these two circles touching each other externally. Next line I will join C to A, because these two circles are also touching each other externally. So now let me make the triangle here. So we know that A and B, that is these two centers. So this distance equal to sum of their radius, that is 2 plus 3. So this is 2 plus 3. Then BC will be equal to sum of their radius 2 plus 1. Then AC will be equal to sum of their radius, that is 3 plus 1. So if you look at these values, this is nothing but 3, this is 4 and this is 5. So just by looking at this value, I know this is a triangle with Pythagorean triplet, because 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. So I can definitely say that this is base, this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse, this is the 90-degree triangle, because it is satisfying the condition base square plus perpendicular square equal to hypotenuse square. So I can draw the figure like this also. So now it looks more comfortable. So we have used the property that these circles are touching each other externally. Now we will use the property that the bigger circle is touching all these circles internally, because they are inside that circle. For the bigger circle, let me mark the center as point P and radius as capital R. So now I can see that this bigger circle is touching red circle internally. So what I will do is I will draw the line joining center of these two circles. Similar is the case with blue circle, similar is the case with green circle. So these three lengths I can easily define. So let me draw the figure here also, PA, PB and PC. So if I will define PA length, what will be that length? If two circles touch each other internally, so the distance between center of circles is nothing but difference of their radius. So bigger circle radius is capital R, smaller is 3. So PA is definitely capital R minus 3. Same is the case with PB, that will be capital R minus 2, because we know that this is the whole length capital R, this is 2, so if you will subtract, you will get this value. Same property we discussed earlier also. And PC will be capital R minus 1. So our question has been changed to this quadrilateral figure. So now using this quadrilateral figure, we have to find the value of capital R. That is our question. So let me remove this figure and enlarge this figure here. So now we will use this quadrilateral. Now we can see that in this quadrilateral there are some triangles here. There is this triangle, there is this triangle, there is this triangle. So I will use the properties of triangle to solve the question now. We have been given a condition, this angle is 90 degree. So let me assume this angle as theta. So this will become 90 minus theta. Next I will use the cosine rule to solve this problem. What does the cosine rule state? Cosine of any angle inside a triangle can be defined by this rule, which states that opposite side square is equal to adjacent side square sum b square plus c square minus 2 times product of adjacent sides cosine of angle A. So let me first apply cosine rule in this triangle. So this is your opposite side for this angle theta. So I will write r minus 3 square is equal to r minus 1 square plus 4 square minus 2r minus 1 multiplied by 4 cos of theta. This is the property we have applied cosine rule in this triangle. Similarly, we can apply cosine rule in this triangle. So I will apply in this triangle. So it will become r minus 1 square plus 3 square, that is right side part. Left side will become r minus 2 square, that is opposite to this angle. Right side r minus 1 square plus 3 square minus 2r minus 1 multiplied by 3 cosine of 90 minus theta, because here the angle is 90 minus theta. So this cosine 90 minus theta can be written as sine theta. So this is the cosine rule we have applied here. So now I will use these two equations to find the value of r. So we can see that there are two variables, r and theta. So we have to eliminate one of the variables, then we can find the value of r. To do that, let me just simplify this expression. A minus b whole square, r square minus 6r plus 9. This is r square minus 2r plus 1. This is 16. This is 8r minus 1 cos theta. Now we can see that r square term will get cancelled out both the sides. Take 8r minus 1 cos theta to the left. And on the right side, if you will combine, it will become 4r plus 8. So from here I can see that sine theta value I can find. Divide by 8, it will become r plus 2 upon 2 multiplied by r minus 1. Take common 4 here, that will cancel out 8. So that will become 2 here. Similarly, we will do the calculation here. R square minus 4r plus 4, r square minus 2r plus 1 plus 9 minus 6r minus 1 sine theta. Take it to the left side, r square cancel out, it will become 2r plus 6. Divide by 6r minus 1, that will give you sine theta. R plus 3 upon 3r minus 1. You will have to take 2 common here, that will get cancelled out 3. So now using cosine rule, we have defined these values. These are two equations, we have find these values. Now I know that I have to eliminate theta and find the value of r. Whenever there are two equations in sine theta and cos theta, I know that I can use the legendary Pythagorean property of trigonometry. That is cos square theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1. This is the Pythagorean property. So this is the property we can use, because using that we can eliminate theta. We can make an equation in r. So this will become r plus 2 upon 2r minus 1 square, r plus 3 upon 3r minus 1 square equal to 1. Now we will have to simply solve this equation, find the value of r. Numerator it will become r plus 2 square upon 4, r plus 3 square upon 9. Denominator, if you will see r minus 1 square here, r minus 1 square here. So we will take that common, multiply to the right side. Now we will simplify r plus 2 square multiplied by 9. This is LCM taking 4 multiplied by r plus 3 square. Denominator there will be 36. Take it to the right side. It will be simplified like this. R plus 2 square expand r square plus 4r plus 4, r square plus 6r plus 9, r square minus 2r plus 1. Now you will have to simplify this expression. Combine r square, r and constant term, it will change to 23r square minus 132r minus 36 equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic expression in r. I can solve using this quadratic formula, or I can split the middle term. So splitting middle term is very easy in this case, because if you will see minus 138 plus 6r, it can be split. What is minus 138? 23 multiplied by 6 square. So 6 multiplied by 23 is minus 138 and remaining 6 I have written here. So sum is minus 132, product is 23 multiplied by minus 36. Take 23r common here, it will become r minus 6. Take 6 common here, it will become r minus 6. So r minus 6 will come common, so it will become 23r plus 6 multiplied by r minus 6 equal to 0. So radius cannot be negative, so this factor cannot be 0. So r minus 6 must be 0, so that will give you the value of radius equal to 6. So we have found the radius of the larger circle that was given in the original question. So a very good question. This is the method I can think of solving this question. If you can think of any other method, then feel free to share in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.